What's up? American America Shari is here. Apparently, the relationship between United States and European Union is not going well when it comes to the tariffs and the trade they had because, as you remember, in Liberation Day, Trump put a tariff on all the countries, almost all the countries, and including European unions. But then he put a halt on it, like a pause it, and brought it down a little, and even put a pause on it to have time to negotiate together. But President Trump said he's recommending a straight 50% tariff on the European Union after complaining the trade negotiations have stalled. The announcement came after Trump threatened to impose a tariff of at least 25% on Apple if the company does not start manufacturing iPhone in the United States. And Trump later said he is not looking for a deal with the um, European Union, and the stock futures sank following Trump's post. I mean, of course, when something like the tariff comes, like a stock market's gonna crash, like gonna react to it immediately. Um, but then the thing is, President Trump gave 90 days, if I'm not mistaken, so they would have negotiation. But I think all the countries felt like, oh, that was just a bluff. This is just he put it over there for negotiation, and then we do nothing about that. And I think probably the European Union was thinking, like, like, I mean, he's busy with, Russia, Ukraine war, Israel, Gaza, and also the China in the Pacific, and also some deals inside for when it comes to immigration and then cartels. So he's not gonna go hard on us. He already saw that how the market, U.S. market, S&P 500 reacted to it. So probably he's not gonna bring it back on because because the market when it crashed it went back, so it recovered. But says he's not gonna do it again. But apparently when it's a 50% tariff and it starts in June 1st, which is 6 days away from the 1 week, let's put it in 1 week. So after 1 week it's gonna put 50%. The reason is because I believe Trump because I think they were like playing smart. Europeans, they thought they are playing smart, they're gonna play games. So when he put that, especially the Apple also, like he said, I don't care. You promised me that you're gonna make those iPhones that you're gonna sell to Americans, you're gonna make it inside America, but you are not. So I think it has been a couple of weeks and weeks. So um, Trump had enough time to see if anyone is making any move, or they are just saying, oh, sometimes you just care about it when it is in the last minute. But if you have time, you're just going to be lazy. I think this is what was happening. And everyone thought, oh, Trump basically saw the reaction, market reaction to it, and he saw that, oh, it is not looking good for him. So he put a pause on it. So it was just a bluff. Everyone took it as a bluff, but I think actually when President Trump threatened to put the 50%, and he said, like, you know, um, basically he's not happy with the process that they are going, it means like really he doesn't care. And it seems like he doesn't care. Like he does what he promises. And he was saying like, let's read the European Union, which was formed. This is President Trump post on Truth Social, if I'm not mistaken. The European Union, which was formed for the primary purpose of taking advantage of United States on trade, has been very difficult to deal with. The powerful trade barriers, VAT taxes, ridiculous corporate penalties, non-monetary trade barriers, monetary manipulation, unfair and unjustified lawsuit against American companies, and more have led to a trade deficit with the US of more than $250 billion a year, a number which is totally unacceptable. Our discussion with them are going nowhere. Um, if you remember, like in last 3 years, with all the money that we have spent on Ukraine, it has been only 250 basically billion. But right now we are losing $250 billion only with trading with EU. And also one of the reasons that we want Canada to be our 51st state is just because they are costing us um, 200 billion dollar per year. So basically the same thing, and it's a lot. And Trump says, I'm not gonna be happy about that, and our discussion is not going anywhere. I think the playing a little smart, and he said um, there is no tariff if the product is built or manufactured in the United States. Apparently, there is no will to bring those jobs manufacturing in the United States, especially Apple, as he mentioned. And I would hope this would light a fire. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said on Fox News that he hopes Trump tariff threat renews negotiation with EU, which he maintains have been moving at a slower pace compared to others. So I think European wanted to not retaliate but play tough in front of Trump. So while every other country they were grateful for that 90 days pause and tried to fix it, European Union apparently didn't mean it that much, especially since they need America for the negotiation with Ukraine, Russia. So I don't know for what reason they had the confidence that maybe they thought they were calling his bluff. But Trump showed like in the first June, he wants to show that it wasn't bluff. So, and one thing which is very important, he said, I would hope this I would hope this would light a fire under the EU. And he said the Treasury Secretary said EU has a collective action problem in here, which is true. I agree. It's 27 countries, but they are being represented by this one group in Brussels, in Belgium. Some of the feedback I have been getting is that the underlying countries, means those 27 countries, don't even know what the EU is negotiating on their behalf, which kind of like is true. Like, for example, like what the EU is doing is kind of almost all the time is opposite of what Poland wants to do, you know? So there are many countries, not only they disagree with what EU is making the decision, what decision they are making, but sometimes they are clueless. They don't know even what's going on. I think that's why one of the reasons, like you see, like England wanted, like Brexit, like wanted to get out of the um, Europe, was because of that, because it says it's not guaranteeing my benefit. It's not into my benefit, and I think it's not like all those 27 countries they agree with what's going on with European Union, and it's saying so basic, I think it was shaking it up, President Trump. So those countries that they are getting hit by that 50% tariff, but disagree with European Union, they stand up and speak up and say, hey, what are you doing? If you don't do anything about that by next week, I'm gonna get 50% tariff. And it's gonna destroy my country. So if you are making decision, you should consider us as whole. And I think some countries that are really left off. More countries that they are leftists, I think they have power and voice in Brussels. And those ones that they are more right wingers and conservatives, I think they are cast out and they just participate and they are just following with the flow. So I think President Trump did the right thing to do, and it was a need a shaking. So those other some of those 27 countries that are not happy about that would stand up, and basically he started a civil war inside the EU. So eventually would benefit us, American. And I hope it happened, but apparently European Union feel like it is the bluff because the way this time they were talking was not, they were like in the beginning when Trump was threatening Europe, like, oh, I'm gonna put the tariffs on you. They were behaving like really they believe that, but right now they feel like, oh, you're just acting tough. Because also I understand, like you have to see. There were a couple of times President Trump make a threaten and he backed it off. No, he walked back from it. Like one of them was Houthis. He said, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to, and he said, okay, ceasefire. Thank you for not hitting us anymore. One of them was, from now on, every time Houthi attack us, we're going to see as if it was Iran. Houthi still attacked them, but they didn't attack Iran. Or they say to Vladimir Putin, you better do it or else. Putin right now, it is attacking Ukraine's capital and nothing is happening. So I think when they saw that he keeps reversing what he's saying, his tactic, they felt like, okay, he's bluffing again. So why should we fold when we know that in 1 week he's gonna change his mind or to come back? Like he's just threatening us, scaring us. But I don't think that's the case, because Europe already is in problem because of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and Trump. The best time for Trump to make an action is right now, because if there is a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, then Europe wouldn't feel that much threatened anymore, so they would play tougher. But right now, if they know that they don't have card to play with because they already are stuck in the Russia-Ukraine war, not only financially they have to support that, but also they are worried about expansion of Russia. And they say we have to do something about that. And right now, since they are busy fixing their own problems, is the best time for us to use our leverage. But if everything goes calm, then they're gonna have the more resources, more money, and more unity to stand against us. So basically, right now, when Europe is chaotic, is the best time for us to get the job done and make the deal. So for that reason, I think it was kind of like now or never. We have to see if Europe gonna keep playing tough or eventually they're gonna fast up. I think Europe doesn't have card to play with. They're already broke. I think they better. Like if they lose us, it's over. And you have to understand one thing. In America, as an American citizen, I'm saying, you see what dealership are close to your house, and then you go see one of them. It's not like when you see Americans that are driving Kia or Toyota, it's like always they are big loyal fan to them. They see it, they buy it, right? So United States said, it's not like people are loyal to your car or your chocolate or your wine. It's like whatever it is on the shelf they pick. So I can put those bottles of wines or chocolate from those countries that they have the fairer deal with me. So for that reason, I think like Europe thinks, oh, if they like put a tariff on us, our products gonna be more expensive in America, and people in America, they're gonna be like outrageous, or everything is more expensive. No, that's not the case, because if it is more expensive, it means people are not gonna buy that, and they're gonna be, those products gonna be replaced by something cheaper. How is it cheaper than your product? Because there's no tariff on them. Why? Because they are making it inside United States. So only those companies that they are manufacturing inside United States, they're gonna have their products, their items, their goods on shelf, because they are the only ones that are affordable to American people, to the consumer, right? To the market. Other ones gonna be more expensive. And then we feel like, oh, okay, nobody gonna betray us. Betray, nobody cares. Like, it's not like Americans who are drinking French wine, they are thinking about that, oh, if I don't drink French wine, I'm dead, it's down. No, they see what wine it is on the shelf. And if one other country, let's say, I don't know, Argentina, is giving wine, I say, I give you wine, maybe it's not as good as the French wine. The wine is wine, like put it over there. And you see eventually people gonna buy that. I haven't seen like people say, oh, if I don't drive Volvo is from Sweden, right? Swedish company. If I don't drive Volvo, it's over. I don't drive anymore. If I don't have IKEA, that's also another Swedish production company, it's over. I'm not gonna have any chair if I don't assemble it like IKEA. It's not the case. If there's IKEA, they go buy from IKEA. they're going to see what are the available options. So based on my life experience in United States, it's not like they are loyal to one company. It's just a market. Like if they see it is good, it looks good, good quality, fair price, they buy that. And how is it going to be good quality? It's going to be made in America. How is it going to be fair price? Because there's no tariff on them. And how it's going to be um, good services, because they are friendly with America because they accepted to come in United States. So already it is guaranteed those ones that they have dealt with us, they're gonna have our market. Like our market's gonna welcome them. So I think they're delusional. Europeans or European Union is delusional. Like, oh, they're not gonna betray our French wine. They're not gonna go eat. They're gonna go on hunger strike. Something. It's not the case. They don't care. They just take whatever is on shelf, whatever dealership has for them. For that reason, I think Europe. I hope they're not delusional, because then they learn it in a hard way that it's gonna affect our economy for a short time. But if they're smart and they know that they can be replaced easily, I believe they come back to the table and then negotiate that. But it seems like they want to revenge. But let's see. Let's see. Thanks for watching. Like always, as above, so below.